Happy Wind Down Wednesday, everybody. Come on in, get comfortable. Get comfortable. It's cozy in here. It is very cozy in here. This is our Wind Down Wednesday. And I selected this day because it is the middle of the week and a great place to review what we've accomplished this week and the things that we still need to accomplish because we still actually got 2 more days. So happy Wednesday. Wednesday, no Snapple fact. I'm big on Snapple facts. Wednesday is actually known as the belly button of the week. So my subject today is you have what you have, but does it have you? I figured that would be kind of catchy. And I was thinking today during my day, a lot of us have stuff. When you get up in the morning or if you're talking to someone, they say, well, what do you have to do? And we start rattling off, well, I have to do this, I have to do that, or I have this going on. So when I came up with you have what you have, but does it have you? The have you portion is actually talking about mindfulness. It's actually talking about mindfulness. And so many times we fill our calendar up with things. We fill our calendar up with things. And it's because, like a lot of people, we're all busy. Someone's always pulling. It's a push pull. Sometimes we're pushing information. Sometimes we're pulling information. But it's always an exchange. So, but in doing that exchange, are you mindfully present? That's the question. So I wanted to show you guys, I said like a week or two ago, that I'm a big calendar person. So I wanted to actually share a pie chart of what my day looked like. And I'm going to pull it up here. I'm really hoping you guys can see this. So let me check. And this is the pieces of me on average, every day. This is what it kind of looks like. So, all right. So right here, you'll see the pieces of me. And you see that, of course, it's 24 hours in a day. So the 8 hours go to my for real day job. And that's I'm a financial auditor at the Securities and Exchange Commission up here in Washington, D.C. Okay. So then, so that gets 8 hours of my day, basically 1/3 of my day. And then you'll see, I'm gonna go clockwise. 4, it has PMS health. No, it's not PMS, like PMS. It's actually my physical, mental, and spiritual health. So out of my day, 4 hours go towards that. Then you have the CNTC, that's my coach in the city. Oh, Jesus. Wait, I don't even think I'm showing this. Hope you guys can see it. Okay. Can you guys see this? Okay. I don't know if you guys can see my post. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna have to work on that. All right, so anywho, let's see if I can add to it. So we're gonna cancel it. And that was actually a nice video, a nice photo. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Here we go. Share my screen with you guys. Maybe not. All right, so we're just going to cancel that. Hopefully my daughter's watching and she can come in here and show where this document was supposed to be at. But I digress. My apologies. Okay, so anyway, we'll get some assistance here in a minute. Um, so so 8 hours of my day went to my actual day job. Um, so that's 1/3. I think that's like the most of us. Five hours go to sleep. Yeah. All right. So I apply 1/8 of my day to my coach in the city, 3 hours a day to friends and family, 1 hour to my husband, and 5 hours to sleep. So I wanted to, for those that have a significant other, or okay, people were commenting. Here we go. Hey Jen, I know you can't. Somebody said can't see anything. I know y'all can't see it. I'm gonna have to figure this out. But it was a very nice chart. Let me see if I can turn it around. So y'all can kind of see it. Okay, I think that'll work, right? So this is how my day looks. You know, we're innovative. We adjust. So, like I said, 8 hours for my actual day job. 4 hours. I spend 4 hours a day on average between my physical, mental, and spiritual health. 3 hours a day working on coaching the city stuff, clients. 3 hours a day with family and friends. 1 hour with my husband, and 5 hours I try to dedicate to sleeping. Um, so what I will say with the in regards to the 1 hour with my husband. So let's just say, so I'm not sitting down 8 hours straight working. So, but in my calendar, I do have to allocate that time because, hey, I do have a day job and my job pays me very well to do what I do. So I don't shortchange myself and I really don't try to overlap. But since I've been teleworking for the past year, I've been able to get a couple of things done while at work or in between, even when you take a break. So that 1 hour with my husband, that's the 1 hour that's not including pats on the booty, a hug here and there, lunch, some coffee, just regular talking. But that is 1 hour a day that he and I spend uninterrupted talking to each other, just about whatever it is. That's about whatever it is. And we found that allows us to, he's teleworking too, that allows us that even though we do interact throughout the day, that 1 hour is our 1 hour. And we, when I tell you we really appreciate it, we really, we really, really, we really appreciate it because we know, okay, we know that that's our time. That is our time. It's uninterrupted. And so the whole point of, really living by a calendar or creating a calendar is, for me, even though my day is set up into various sections, um, like if I have an appointment with a friend, I actually say, hey, well, what time you want to talk? Oh, about from 5:30, 5:45. At that time, you have my undivided attention because the worst thing we could do to anyone is, especially if it's something important to them, the worst thing that we can do is while they're talking to us, be preoccupied doing something else. Right. So that was the whole point and we have what we have, but does it have us? Because a lot of people think that you can't have it all or you can't do it all. And I think you can. I really believe that you can. You just have to be very intentional, very strategic, and um, and really, because if your friends know, friends, family, or even the people you professionally deal with, if when you make it known to them that my time with you is my time with you, however long you need me. So, if you need for us to talk for 2 hours, tell me that. Don't say, hey, you got 5 minutes, and then next thing you know, it's 30 minutes. Because, number one, I won't let you do that if I have something else coming up. So, I just really wanted to talk about like being mindful with your time, keeping a calendar, and it's easy to brag on, well, I have this, or I have this meeting, I have to do this. But when you're in that presence, are you mindfully engaged? And that's what it's about, because that's where your quality comes in. And that's really where you make your money. Even at the gym, my goal is to go twice a day. Um, but when I'm in there, I'm telling you, I'm starting sweating coming in, and I think I finally breathe or maybe take a sip walking out, because I maintain my schedule so that I can maximize my day. I don't go to the gym to have a conversation with other people, to mess around. I just keep on doing what I'm doing. So Jennifer said, is this part of setting boundaries? It is. It is. Because people respect it. And it's not that I'm too important. I feel like I'm too important and someone has to make an appointment with me. But if whatever it is, if we really need to talk about it, then I want to give you, like, if it's important to you, it's important to me, and I want to give you my undivided attention. And I hope that makes sense. Um, Jennifer said, I noticed from my activity, I don't get enough sleep. Me either. Me either. And that's why I try to be in bed by, I try to close down my house around 9 o'clock. And I really try to be up by 9 o'clock, go on to bed about 10 o'clock. But I got a husband. So, you know, we like each other a lot. So who knows what happens. But and when you look at your calendar, or when you just look at, I highly suggest that people really look at your day to day. And don't have to be as detailed as mine, but look at your day to day and really see where you're losing time. Yeah, nine what, Jen? And then you said right, and then you said all of that. So I need to know what that 9 was about. Oh yes, I really try to close down my house about 9 o'clock. Now, what closing down my house means is I'm no longer on the main level. I try to be up in my room, because right about that, when I come upstairs is when I start decompressing for the day. So that's when I'll start doing my devotionals. I'll start my prayer, whatever it takes me to wind down, drinking some chamomile tea. That's when I'll start all of that, because in closing down my house, for me, I just know like my kitchen's clean, everything's prepared the night before for the next day. So and that's just me, maybe that's the mom or the wife in me, I don't like to go to bed and my house is a mess or some type of disarray, because you can't control what happens the next morning. So in preparing for this Wednesday wind down, okay, Jen said, okay, that's about us too. Yeah, we start around 8ish. So I was looking and I wrote down my schedule, and I had gym, meditation, breakfast, work, lunch. So gym, meditation, breakfast, work, meeting, lunch, meeting, dinner. And then I have scheduled at 8 o'clock tonight for my Wednesday wind down. And at 10 o'clock tonight, my husband and I get on a marriage prayer call. So this is where I insert when you look at your list for the day or anytime during the day, when you realize maybe you're a little off a little bit, you can do it, you can delay it, or you can delete it. So I delayed my 5 a.m. workout this morning at the gym. I delayed it till lunchtime. And instead of preparing dinner, I took a nap. That's what I did. I took a nap and I didn't delete anything today. I did not delete anything. So our days may get hectic or our to-do list may get hectic. And just, take an assessment and say, what do I need to do? What can I delay? And some things that you can delete until the next day. So that was it. And I found that by listing do, delay, delete, it gave me options. And I was still in control of my day. And in growing, and that's what I need. I need to feel like I'm making the decision and something else isn't making a decision for me. So I say keep a calendar, start looking at the time vampires, look at the time vampires of your day, and then see how you could do it better, because 5 hours of sleep isn't really a lot for me, but like today I took a nap. You need what you need. And even just with my day, the kids may not get 3 days. Coach in the city might not, 3 hours. Coach in the city might not get 3 hours, but I set it up that way. And that allows me room to adjust from the left and to the right, because there are sometimes some things more important than coaches in the city. My husband's good for spontaneous date night. Like he said today, he was like, "Oh, let's have date night tonight." And then like 5 hours later, he said, "Hey, I got a suspense that I got to have in by 11:59." I said, "Okay, then I'll see you at midnight." So, and we're all professionals, so I respect that. I get it. I thank him for the heads up, because that allows me to rearrange my schedule, our schedule. And so that I can still be supportive to him. But that's just about it. That's just about it. We have what we have, but does it have us? And people will thank you. I know I thank people when I'm talking to them, especially like if it's in person and they're not on their phone. Like if you have something else to do, cancel, because my time is important. I feel my time is important, so I respect the time of other people. So mindfulness, I really say be mindful. So if you're doing your meditating, if you're doing your journaling, to get the most out of it, allow the other people in your household to know that's what you're doing, because it's important. When you're at the gym, I still say, or you need to work out, carve out that time for your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. Sometimes you can get them all in days. I listen, I get my spiritual health on while I'm on the treadmill. If I know my day is going to be packed and busy, but never shortchange yourself. And as long as you let people know your intentions, your why, they'll be more than supportive. So some days, I promise you, my friends and family don't get 3 hours, but then some days they may get 6 or 7. And all of it comes down to is you can do it all. I feel you can do it all. You may have to prioritize. You may have to find balance. But I think my day's broken down into like 8 things. And so most people would do basic math. That's 12.5%. No, it's not. Because when it's time for my husband gets 100% of that time that we've set aside for me and him to spend time together. Or when I don't, when I'm working on coaching the city stuff, I'm literally working on coaching the city stuff. And that's how I maximize my time. That's how I feel productive. That's how I don't feel cheated. And I make sure that the people that are important to me and my clients, that they don't feel cheated by being 100% mindful in whatever I'm doing with whomever I'm doing, even myself. My me time is my me time. And I really encourage everyone to make their me time sacred, even if it's an hour. Because when we give something to ourselves that's non-negotiable and uninterrupted, we're so much better for everybody else. Because remember, you can't give someone something that you don't have. So if you're not encouraged, if you're not uplifted, if you're not empowered, how can you do that for someone else? How can you give someone energy and you're tired? You can't pour from an empty cup. So always unselfishly recharge you, find ways to recharge you. And in doing that, and even being more mindful, when you realize you're being more intentional and mindful, actually you slow down a bit because, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, not anything else. You're focused. You're not worried about what's next because you know that when it's time to do what's next, that next task will have 100% of your attention when you do it. So thank you all for this Wind Down Wednesday. I really appreciate everyone for jumping on. I will post my pieces of me chart. I really wish it would have shown up. So that's what I'm going to see. I'm still learning too. So I'm going to work this whole share screen on the StreamYard and make sure it's like flawless for the next time, because I'm a big advocate of pictures because they tell the story versus, running numbers in your head, right? Because that's boring. Nobody want to be talked to. But sometimes when you can see the visual, it makes it more real. So thank you guys. I hope you have an awesome remainder of the week. You still have 2 more days to accomplish everything that you set forth. And if you don't, guess what? It's okay, because delay is not denial. You could do it, you could delay it, or you could delete it. Trust your own instinct to know that, hey, not this week, because everything isn't a do or die. You got like right now, and you got right now later. And that might be a whole nother topic sometime. I might do it tomorrow because there's a difference. But everything's not on fire. And when we know that, when you take the pressure off of doing everything, feeling that you have to do everything that you said today, then life is a whole lot better for you because you don't have that pressure. I know you spend most of your day online. I know, dear. Somebody asked about my yeast rolls. Uh, they came out good. My yeast rolls came out good and fluffy. Thank you for asking. I just got to learn how to make the rolls like connect. I did like little balls. So I think somehow I'm supposed to fill up the pan. So that's my next search on how to make all my rolls. And they need to be a little bit more fluffier. But I think if I let them rise like 3 or 4 hours, then it'll be delicious. But thank you all. Thanks. Also, if anybody has a question, you guys can feel free to find me on Instagram at Coach in the City. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Coach in the City, Twitter, Coach in the City. And I'm offering a free 30-minute consultation. So sometimes we don't know what we need until we need it. So feel free to reach out to me and schedule your free 30-minute consultation to see how actually a life coach is a life changer. That's what I call it. It's your life. Who don't want to have their best life possible? I know I do. So thank you so much and have an awesome day.